What up, YouTube? It's your boy Detroit Love with another video. Today we're going to talk about the Arcade1Up pending announcement for CES, the announcement of a collaboration with Zen Studios to introduce a Star Wars pinball virtual cabinet. So that's exciting news. Let's check it out. Because we're compassionate. We're compassionate about this. And so
I'll make you horny, baby.
there's a lot at stake with this release of this new arcade cabinet. Zen Studios has been releasing their products on various platforms. FX3 has offered a cabinet mode. They wanted to make sure you were playing in the home and not in the commercial environment. But all of those platforms didn't offer the authentic feeling of playing a pinball machine. The closest they got was a sideways turned Nintendo Switch. But now, Arcade1Up, after having a massive year of releasing cabinets and getting better with them in the arcade realm, with the retro gaming, has teamed up with a leading software and licensing company. Will these two make something worthy of your money, your dollars, your hard-earned dollars? I think it's a good marriage. I think it's a great collaboration. We can only wait and see what they provide us. You cannot emulate the experience of a cabinet for pinball on any of those other platforms. And Zen recognizes that, and Arcade1Up knows that. Walking up here, putting in your coins, hitting the button, the credits in, starting that game, and using these flippers to play, there's no other experience. This is pinball at its best. The way it was designed, the way it was meant to be played. And for Arcade1Up to include the ability to be able to give it some body language, that's going to be awesome. To be able to nudge it without pushing a button. How cool is that going to be? Star Wars is definitely a huge franchise with a huge following across the globe and across multiple generations and decades. So it looks like it's a smart choice for a choice of their first pinball cabinet. Like I mentioned in my previous video, my experience with pinball is very limited. Not because I didn't like pinball, it's just that it made sense for me growing up to put my quarter into one of these machines, then into one of these machines, because I didn't have the right skill set, and I didn't have the economic backing to allow me to practice more on these machines. And so I went with the safer route, Galaga, Pac-Mans, and those things, because my dollar would go longer, or my quarters would go longer. And so that's going to be the challenge with reintroducing pinball. Now, obviously, people older than me, they have a lot of them have a lot more experience with pinball. But the pinball that they have experience with a lot of times is not these newer type of pinball machines. But if you like pinball of that style, you're definitely going to love the newer style because they're just much more advanced. But then you have the other generation that's 40s, 30s, 20s, right? Arcade1Up is trying to appeal to those people as well, and the grandchildren of us and the older generation. So they're trying to appeal to a mass of people to get these machines in their hand, into their homes. They've done a great job getting these cabinets in, and I don't see any problem getting these in here as well. So they obviously have to select the right titles because again, with me personally, there is not one single pinball machine that I could think of immediately to say, wow, I gotta get that particular pinball machine from my history, from my past, from from a nostalgic standpoint. There's not one pinball that stands out to me to say I must have it. So that's the challenge that didn't exist with these boxes. When I see Galaga, I gotta have it. When I see, if I saw Miss Pac-Man in a box, I gotta have it. If I see Donkey Kong in a box, I gotta have it. The other things I can deal with. Golden Tee, I gotta have it. And you know, Street Fighter, that stuff, that's not really my generation, but I gotta have it because there are people in my circle who that's gonna appeal to. So that's the challenge in pinball versus arcade, because the majority of the intended market cannot say that there's a particular machine that they just have to have. So that is the challenge, but it's an achievable, overcomable obstacle, because if you make this thing affordable, you make this thing fun, you put the right games on it, that's a hurdle that's easily covered. And plus you have the enthusiasts, the modders, people like myself and others. We're definitely going to get the word out about it. So what version of Star Wars will Arcade1Up include on their cabinet? Will it be the traditional arcade or pinball, or will it be the more modern tables? We can only hope that we have some good titles, that they don't do the same thing they did with some of these arcade cabinets and gave us some really poor pairing and limited selections. Zen Studios recently released their Volume 5 from Williams, and they released those titles on Xbox One, on Steam PC, for Windows 10, for the PS4, EU, Google Play, the App Store, and Nintendo Switch. And so now they look to release their titles on the Arcade1Up cabinets. Zen Studios haven't been pushing out poorly made tables or games. They've been producing pretty awesome games. So I wouldn't imagine they will be taking any chances with their introduction into a real cabinet. I'm really looking forward to what they are going to offer.
I'll be back. I'll never get tired of this. Oh, second chance.
And Arcade1Up has been pretty serious about making a name in the cabinet space. So it should be exciting what these two can put their dollars behind, their resources behind. And there's a lot of Williams tables that Zen Studios has licensing agreements for. Mars Attacks being one. Very popular. Monster Bash. Roadshow. There's a Medieval Madness. There's a lot of titles that will have mass appeal. These guys haven't been fooling around with getting these games out here in a while. So definitely would be interesting to see what they do. I can't wait. So what will they give us? What will they produce? What will they bring to market? Will they bring a gamified experience with the new traditional or the non-traditional pinball games where it's part story and part pinball? Or will they bring you the traditional pinballs where it's just that ball moving about that table, doing what you make it do with your skill set? Maybe they'll give us both. A little bit of the new, a little bit of old. That's what I'm hoping. They'll bring a new audience to the old traditional way and a new audience to the new modern story-based gamified game of pinball. But Zen Studios recognizes that playing this game of pinball on a couch in the back seat of your parents' car, driving down the road, sitting at the doctor's office on the iPad or Android device, or rotating the Nintendo Switch to play pinball, is still not pinball. It's not pinball the way that you really enjoy pinball. Standing at this cabinet, hands on both sides of this cabinet and playing pinball, that's what pinball is all about. You can't emulate that. You can't emulate that any other way and have it be the same experience. And that's where Arcade1Up has the experience in creating an authentic arcade feeling that's 3/4 scale, bringing that experience down to a smaller package, making it affordable, making it the right size to fit not just one, not just two, but multiple cabinets in people's homes. People to be able to get this in their homes and enjoy pinball like I've been doing for the last 2 weeks after modifying this Toyshock cabinet. Man, I hadn't played this much pinball since ever. Okay, so I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying all the different tables. I'm enjoying the experience of standing up. You see I have these guys on risers. I like standing up. That's the way these things were designed to be played. You gotta have these seats here because some people just have to sit. But I like standing at these cabinets playing it. And pinball, you gotta stand up, get behind this cabinet, and hit that ball. And I think these hit their ball out of the park with this, because this is a great thing for this industry, a great thing for retro gaming, a great thing for the modding community. I think this is an incredible thing all the way around. It's a win-win-win situation for everybody. So I'm excited for what 2020 is bringing for retro gaming, for pinball rediscovery and reintroduction. And I think it's an incredible thing for modding. So guys, enjoy. Do this. Let's make it happen. As soon as news comes out, you'll be the second one to know. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Leave your comments in the down below. Hit the like button and share this video. Thanks guys for watching. Until next time, I'll see you on the web.
Pinball.